But I want to tell you guys something. Tell you a secret. I am on my period. I mean, it started like yesterday, I think. Today's Saturday, and it started like Thursday night / Friday morning, and then all day Friday I stayed in bed, and I never even changed my pad, which you're not supposed to do that. You should change your pad, because you can get toxic shock syndrome, which is really bad. So anyways, slept all day yesterday, all night, most of today, and then I got up and changed it. This is the one that I am wearing now. I'll show you. They just like button, which is nice. It's discreet. It's not as loud as like a paper product that comes in like the wrapping and stuff. And that's the amount of blood that's on it from today. Today's my second day. It absorbs so well. And yeah, you can just, I'll even, I'm gonna put this one on. It's like if I was in the bathroom. You could do this pretty discreetly in the stall. And just fastens around. You were in the bathroom. It's like if you were sitting on the toilet and you had your underwear between your legs. Then you would just take it off. And boom, you got it. And you can take it, you could fold it up like that so you're not touching the dirty part on the inside. And it comes with a little bag that you could put them in. And so you could put them in that bag and then, you know, put it in your pocket or your backpack or your car or locker or whatever. And then yeah, so you just stick it in there, wrap it around, snap it, and then boom, you can adjust it, make sure it's nice and flat, not folded, and in the right spot and everything. And then voila. So, that's how I deal with my time of the month. They're made out of bamboo, and they're really like, it's like really, yeah, it's made out of bamboo, super absorbent, super soft, pretty comfortable. It is like a traditional pad, and that makes a lot of noise. Plus, you know, the environment and all that stuff. And also, these being made out of bamboo, it's a lot better for your body because, like, traditional pads, they're typically bleached, and that's really bad. They're made out of trash, you know, plastic, and just stuff you don't really want down there. So, I got those, and that's, like, set for life, you know, it's just like I just wash them. On the first day, pretty heavily, that I was in bed all day yesterday, just like cramping all day, and like also depressed. I'm also depressed, like not because I'm on my period, but just because I have depression. Anyways, so I was in bed all day and like cramping and stuff. And then today, like my second day, is usually not as much cramping. It's usually just like a little bit. And then third day, it's just like still just bleeding, but usually not any cramping. I mean, every now and then, like on like the third and fourth day, I'll just like get a cramp that's just like rawr. But for the most part, it's just like chill. So yeah, I mean, I'm through the first day. When you're on testosterone, if you take testosterone while you're on it, your period usually goes away. For most people, it goes away. I was on 0.5 for every week, and I started taking it when I was 19, around my birthday, right when I turned 19, and then I stopped taking it a little while after I'd gotten back from top surgery, and I'd gotten top surgery right before I turned 21, and I mean, maybe I took it for like a year or two after I'd gotten top surgery. I don't really remember how long I took it for. I just remember like I eventually kind of quit doing it. I never intended on taking it for the rest of my life, but yeah, if you take testosterone, when you're on it, it stops your period, and then once you come off of testosterone, your period is supposed to come back. Usually it comes back. For me, it came back. I wasn't on testosterone for very long. I've heard of people being on testosterone for very long periods of time, and it seems to alter their body where they're not able to have kids, and like they try to have kids but they can't. Also, testosterone is not birth control. A lot of people think it is, and I don't know, like just from anecdotal stories where I've heard of like people who are on testosterone and they have unprotected sex, they don't get pregnant, so they think it's fine, but at the same time, like, you can still get pregnant on testosterone, and if you were to get pregnant, you wouldn't know until it was much too late, because you wouldn't miss your period because you don't get periods or menstruation, and so then it's like you wouldn't know, and then the kid is also going to have birth defects because you were on testosterone, which causes birth defects. So I think it's kind of dangerous that a whole lot of guys I've talked to say that they're on testosterone so they don't use birth control or have protected sex. They're just having like normal sex all the time, and they're not getting pregnant, so they think that testosterone is an effective birth control. When I was on testosterone, I was also on birth control for a little bit. Like, for about a year, I think I was on birth control. That made me more depressed, being on birth control, and even like after having been on it, I think it kind of altered me. And yeah, so it's just kind of stupid to take that kind of stuff. And I mean, like, medication isn't designed for females because they exclude the female bodies from when they're developing medication, so it isn't developed for females to even take. Like, no medication is developed for females to take because they exclude them from the development of medication because they have menstruation, and that, you know, throws it off or whatever. So they don't develop any kind of medication that's for the female body. And then birth control and stuff is really damaging to the female body. You know, it can do a lot of damage, and people want females to take it because, you know, they don't want to have protected sex or whatever. They just want to do what they want, and so females feel obligated to take it. I felt obligated to take it in order to have a sex life, because I knew my boyfriend would break up with me, and so I took it and became really depressed, and it just wasn't a good experience to be on birth control, just because of how depressed it made me. And, you know, I'm still dealing with it from that. And two, like, nobody really informed me of that, because it is a huge problem where, especially progesterone, what I was on, does cause a lot of depression.